Listen, man, no one's gonna tell you this, but I will. You've been sitting in the quiet for months, counting days like they're wounds. She stopped answering. She went silent. No texts, no calls, no hints that anything you said mattered. You told yourself you'd wait it out, that absence would make her come back, that the version of yourself you were becoming would be enough. Now the calendar has flipped through weeks and then months, and every ringtone feels like a betrayal because it isn't her. Here's the brutal truth. Silence is not a puzzle to be solved. It's a verdict, sometimes temporary, sometimes final, but almost always a mirror. If she's doing no contact for months, the power she has over you is only as big as the space you give it in your life. Let her be. Let the silence sit where it is, and use the stillness to build something instead of building scenarios. You need to understand three things about absence: what it reveals about her, what it reveals about you, and what it can become if you stop feeding it with chasing. First, what silence reveals about her. When someone withdraws for months, they're not performing a game. They are showing you their boundaries, priorities, or limitations. People who truly want to bridge gaps find ways. They don't always succeed, but they try. Months of no contact is a clear communication, deliberate or passive, that the relationship, at least in its current form, is not a priority for her. That's not a condemnation, it's information. Information is neutral. The mistake is translating it into a moral failure in you, or hoping it's a test you can pass by being more patient, more available, more apologetic. Second, what this silence reveals about you. There is a hunger that wants to be filled. It tells a story. Maybe you believed your value was dependent on her presence. Maybe you tied your identity to being wanted. That hunger will whisper strategies. Send this song, comment on that post, show up at that place. Those strategies are not strength. They are attempts to relieve an internal discomfort by external means. Real strength is the capacity to sit with discomfort and not let it dictate actions that lower your self-respect. Third, what silence can become if you stop feeding it. It can become a teacher. It can become rare air that forces clarity. Or, if you keep airing every old wound and refreshing her profile, the silence grows into a festering habit. You will maintain hope through motion, and motion will cost you dignity, time, and momentum. Letting her be means transforming that empty space into leverage, not leverage over her, but leverage for your life. So how do you actually do that? The steps are simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. Step 1, accept reality as it is, not as you wish it. This is the stoic part. See what's actually happening. Months passed. She didn't reach out. Don't add stories about why she's cruel or noble. Just record the facts. Facts free you from the emotional fog that makes you act irrationally. Step 2, stop narrating your worth through her absence. Your value is not a reaction to another person's choices. People will come and go. The man who collapses inward with every departure has built his house on someone else's land. Reclaim your foundation. Reinforce your routines, your hobbies, the people who show up. Nothing rebuilds dignity faster than a life that refuses to be hollow. Step 3, create a policy for contact and stick to it. Not a passive, I'll text if I feel like it, but a concrete rule. No reach outs for X days, no stalking of socials, no emotional capitulation when you see a photo. Structure converts willpower into habit. Rules are not cruelty, they are armor. Step 4, use absence as a lens for evaluation. Ask yourself, calmly, what you actually wanted from this person versus what you imagined. Were you drawn to the idea of her more than to the reality of her behavior? Did the relationship respect your standards? If months of silence is the answer, is that answer tolerable for the long run? Men who are wise don't beg to be chosen. They decide if someone's provisional presence aligns with the life they intend to lead. Step 5, build forward momentum. The most dangerous thing after being burned is staying in the burn. Momentum is small acts stacked. Training your body, learning a skill, reaching out to a friend, finishing a project you abandoned. Momentum heals because it reorients identity. Instead of waiting to be wanted, you become a man who produces things worth wanting. Now hear me when I say this. Letting her be does not mean indifference. There's a gap between callousness and chase. Indifference is a false idol. Apathy is emotional self-harm. Letting her be is measured, deliberate, and quietly sovereign. It's choosing your life over her absence. It's preserving your dignity while remaining open to what the future may bring, not waiting for it to rescue you. Some men worry, what if I let her go and she comes back? What then? If she returns after months of silence and the choice made is genuine, you evaluate. But evaluate from a position of strength, not desperation. Actions over months tell stories. Words can be rewritten. Patterns cannot be erased in a single phone call. If reconciliation is possible, it will be because both people changed, not because one reassembled himself into a form pleasing to the other. There's an important detail most advice never mentions. Boundaries are not meant to punish the other person. They are meant to preserve the thing that will allow healthy relationships to occur. A man who preserves his time, energy, and standards becomes a man who attracts people capable of commitment. They will not come because you wait like a shadow. They will come because you become a lighthouse. And one more brutal truth. Silence often exposes whether the emotional investment was mutual. If you were the only one digging, the pause reveals soil. If she comes back and expects the same unilateral effort, remember the months of quiet. Reciprocity is not negotiable, it's arithmetic. Two people equal shared effort. One person equals devotion that will eventually be exhausted. So do this. Set a boundary today. Decide how much silence you will tolerate without action. Put your phone away when the urge to reach for it comes. Spend the time you would have spent composing messages on something that makes you stronger. Do one thing daily that moves your life forward. Small victories compound into an unassailable baseline of self-respect, and be kind to yourself in the quiet. Men trained to be tough sometimes mistake toughness for emotional suppression. That's a lie. Allow depth, feel anger and disappointment, and then convert them into fuel. Rewrite the narrative. Instead of I was abandoned, say I was shown what I cannot accept. Transform pain into clarity. This is not easy. Healing never is. But this is how a man rebuilt from silence looks. Calm under pressure, precise in his actions, and free from the small tyrannies of other people's choices. He doesn't punish himself by replaying memories. He doesn't dignify absence with frantic messages. He shows through quiet work that his life continues to widen in her absence. So let her be. Conduct your life like a house with a closed door that opens only for people who carry their own light. If she comes back, evaluate with clear eyes. If she doesn't, keep building. The months of quiet will eventually be a footnote in a larger story, the story of a man who learned to be enough. Listen, man, the world will try to teach you that waiting is noble, that persistence equals love. That's a romantic lie. Real love is reciprocal. Real strength is knowing when to stay and when to walk. Let her be, and let the silence do its work. Either it clarifies what she couldn't give, or it frees you to find what you truly deserve. If this landed with you, do one thing right now. Stand up, take 3 deep breaths, and make a small decision that honors your future. That's the real reply. If you want, watch the next video. It's about how to rebuild your identity after loss, step by step. It will help you transform the quiet into momentum.